Turkish Delight is a very important dessert in Turkish culture. It's known that the ancestor of Turkish Delight is Abhisa, the dessert of Sassanids, who ruled the Persian Empire, one of the most important civilizations in the world. This dessert has been in Anatolian and Ottoman lands since the 15th century. In the early periods, honey and molasses were used as a sweetener in Turkish Delight production, and flour was used to form a stiffness. When you take Turkish Delight in your mouth, it creates a feeling of relaxation in your throat. For this reason, during the Ottoman period, it was called Rahat ul Hulkum, which means relieving throat. But over time, instead of this word, it started to have called Lokum. Lokum is an Arabic word and it comes from the origin of Lukma or LKM. Lukma means something that is swallowed at once. That's why people called Lokum instead of Rahatul Hulkum. Lokum or Turkish Delight existed for centuries during the Ottoman period, but the year 1777 has a separate significance for Lokum. Hacı Bekir from Kastamonu came to Istanbul that year and opened a small shop. This shop is the oldest candy store in Anatolia, and also the shop still exists today. In this shop, he produced sweets such as Turkish Delight. Hacı Bekir had made such delicious Turkish Delight that he managed to get Sultan Abdülhamid's first attention. Sultan Abdülhamid had made Hacı Bekir the chief of candy, şekercibaşı in Turkish language. So after this dessert entered the palace, it was also on the tables of foreign diplomats who came to Istanbul. In the 18th century, this dessert was taken to Europe by a British tourist. There, it was called Turkish Delight, which means Turkish dessert or Turkish taste, Turkish pleasure. After that, many tourists did not leave the country without tasting Turkish Delight. Even they would take Turkish Delight while they left from Istanbul. Thus, the whole world began to recognize Turkish Delight. After starch was found in 1811, starch was used in delight instead of flour in time. So the taste and shape of delight changed. Today's delight began to have produced 200 years ago. How to make Turkish Delight? Let's make Turkish Delight with lemon. Firstly, sugar and water should be added in the pot and it should be boiled about 30 minutes until it reaches stiffness. As this time passes, it should be added teaspoon of lemon salt to get the stiffness of Turkish Delight. By the way, while boiling for about 30 minutes, we should mix by combining lemon juice and starch in the other pot. After that, this mixture should be added in this pot. After passing about 5 minutes, we should add teaspoon of lemon pieces because Turkish Delight should get the color of lemon. We should mix about 10-15 minutes. After boiling, it should be put on the glass tray and then it should stay in the refrigerator about 1 hour. After about 1 hour, we have to cut into pieces of Turkish Delight. After that, we have to put the coconut on the Turkish Delight. Thus, the Turkish Delight is ready, as you see. As I said before, Turkish Delight has a very important place in Turkish culture. For example, Turkish Delight was served in plenty during the Eids, or the groom takes a box of Turkish Delight at the ceremony of asking for a girl, or in order to ease the pain of a child who was being circumcised, Turkish Delight was given for the purpose of narcosis. In addition, the integral part of Turkish Delight is definitely Turkish coffee. In Turkish culture, Turkish coffee and Turkish Delight have been served together for centuries, even today. There is a word in Turkey, a cup of coffee guarantees 40 years of friendship. Maybe Turkish Delight helps sweeten this friendship.